Umbrella Chronicles. Like, I'm not going to get into that series, those two games. I'm not going to do that. But what I'm just going to make a brief mention.
Why do that?
I'm going to make a brief mention of the fact that when you play through Resident Evil 2, in those games, it's Leon and Claire together the whole time. So when people say, well, you know, in the story they weren't together, they won't change that. Well, they already did. I know it's just a light gun shooter, and I know it's not technically canon, but they did other things that are canon.
Apparently, I think, if I'm not mistaken, some of it is canon.
Well, some of it is, and that's what terrifies me. I don't want that.
With Lisa Trevor, apparently she survived that jump at the end in the remake.
She can't die.
So, and then Dark Side Chronicles, right?
Yeah.
That was the second. I'm not familiar with those games as much as you guys are, but so in Dark Side Chronicles you had the prequel to 4, which was Operation Javier, I believe.
Yeah, no, a lot of people.
That's canon.
A lot of people were interested in that. Here's my problem: is
There's no
Dark
story.
Dark Side Chronicles. My main complaint is the aiming.
Yeah.
It feels like you're just shaking everywhere. I mean, it really does.
It does.
Umbrella Chronicles, it was fine. I went through it, and back when it came, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But,
No.
But back when it came out, I actually thought Umbrella Chronicles was fun. Like, I thought it was a good experience. But then I guess time had went by, and I had to reflect more on it, and I'm just like, I don't like this game.
Here's my question for you. On the Wii, there were peripherals that were like the Zapper.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's a third-party Zapper that actually
Looked like a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Was that game more fun with those? Did you ever play
I had
the
the
Zapper?
Zapper because I wanted the Link's crossbow thing.
Right.
But
it didn't change the game.
Yeah, it didn't.
It literally went from this to this, like, and it didn't really matter because like,
It wasn't no super scope.
Right, or even the duck hunt gun. Because like when you think of light gun, like even in an arcade, you point and shoot and that's it, right? Well, the Wii didn't function like that. It didn't function in the same way. You had a cursor that moved, same as you would with a fucking joystick.
And the sensitivity was too high.
It was weird. Like, it was just off. So it being a gun didn't really matter because you just saw it wasn't like bam, bam, bam. You know, it was like you might as well have just been. Yeah, honestly, you might as well have been using a fucking joystick.
Right.
Like, you know, and that's about as negative as I could get on it. But the point is, with the Resident Evil 7, you know, with all of its differences to the main series, it's going back to roots. They know that people want a scary Resident Evil game. They knew that the characters that they created in the original 6, 7, 8 games, you count the Revelation games, are too powerful, too renowned, too unstoppable. They're basically comic book heroes at this point. So there's no sense of like dread. There's no concern.
Vulnerability.
Yeah, there's no vulnerability with Chris Redfield is literally he is a walking tank at this point. And Leon is the penultimate badass, and both Jill and Claire are awesome, and Barry is 65 years old and still just stomping ass. Like, there's no fear at all. Now, with 7, you bring it back. You bring it back to its grassroots. It's one person. He doesn't have special training. He's just a guy in a bad situation, and that makes it frightening. And I hope...
You just eat TV dinners and...
Yeah, he does anything he do.
All right.
I mean,
anything he does to pass the time.
That's right. He does anything he do. My hope is that Resident Evil 2, the remake, will follow ironically enough, in 7's footsteps in being focused on its story and its horror, and not focused on co-op campaign. Selling copies. Like, I know it's a business and everybody wants to make money, but please, if you make a good story, people will buy it, and with good gameplay, and you don't shit on the fans that bought your games in the first place, then it's gonna sell itself. It's a remake of your most popular game in your most popular franchise, aside from maybe Street Fighter.
Like, what that means, Capcom, is hopefully you haven't let us down.
Pretty much.
Also, Capcom, if you watch this. Which I probably you don't.
No.
But if
you're
you
do, you're not watching this.
If you do,
nobody's watching this. We're not watching this.
Please don't get rid of the soundtrack for the remake.
Arrange it if you want.
I mean, sure, arrange the soundtrack, but
please don't
every
place.
Every time I have a discussion with people about the music for the series, RE2 is the best.
It's the gold standard.
It's so atmospheric. It's so creepy. It draws me into that world.
And anybody that's familiar with our work, we have utilized music from that from that one game soundtrack in quite a few of our projects.
I like the Code Veronica soundtrack though.
It's very good. All of them are good. Original.
Well, I think
Except for 6.
I think there were two.
The director's cut for Resident Evil 1. That soundtrack is so good.
Oh, it's
with the
huge.
tuba and everything.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the remake.
No. I'm talking about the director's cut. Piano though.
No, but yeah,
the soundtrack's very important.
It is. I mean, I know that they're going to change it up a little bit, but I'm hoping they keep it as close as possible to the original because I think I might, besides you and maybe a few others, I feel like we care so much for the music, and I think it adds so much to that environment. It adds so much to the atmosphere, and if you take that out and add like orchestrated music or something that you hear in like new games, it kind of kills that element.
And you know what, I'm gonna say it right now that I feel like the biggest sack of shit for not knowing who composed that soundtrack. I have no idea. You could throw any name out there.
There's two people, Masami Ueda, I think he did. I used to think he did the entire soundtrack, but I forget the other guy's name. But Masami Ueda did. I think he did Secure Place, but he went on to do the Okami soundtrack, and I think Bayonetta.
My thing is like that game soundtrack is one of my favorites, and
I even imported it.
I don't have. Thanks,
Capcom.
Thanks, Capcom, for letting me buy stuff.
Yeah.
But not like we have our favorite composers and stuff, and not knowing that one kind of I need to look that up after we're done. Because my phone is
the name's on the tip of my tongue, but yeah. Please don't change the soundtrack.
All right, so we're over our the time that we wanted to go.
This is gonna be multiple parts.
Yeah, it's gonna be at least 2 parts.
I'm known for just talking my mouth off just all night long, so
I'll
keep this here all night.
So if we're gonna wrap it up. So let's go around the table, and I'll let you go ahead and start. What final thoughts, basically?
These chips are pretty hot. Like you eat one. Okay, so a potato chip, you can't just eat one.
That's what they say.
So the more you eat, the hotter these fucking things get. Also, I really love the Resident Evil series, and 6 was just a fucking huge disappointment. And I just want to get away from this fucking multiplayer co-op bullshit. And that's all I'm gonna say. Go away from that, and I'll be fucking happy. Don't give me an AI that fucking steals my shit.
Scoop up 7 in 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Scoop it up. It'll probably be out by the time this is uploaded, but scoop it up.
Yeah.
Cop that shit.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The chips, they're really good. Very spicy. Fuck my lips up.
You got bruises and shit.
No, but yeah, Resident Evil, one of my favorite series up until 4. And also, real quick, RE5 wasn't a complete disaster. Lost in Nightmares.
Lost in Nightmares was really fucking good, and the fact they added in that camera angle for a great portion of it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's just awesome.
All right, but that was an add-on.
Yeah,
it was an add-on.
It was a very story-centric part.
I'm not saying it wasn't important, but that was an add-on.
Yep, and you're right.
And it was after the fact. Once they're like, oh fuck, this game sucks. We need to do something that's all right.
I think it was already in development.
That or
pretty much.
I mean, they might have had the DLC finished, and they're like, oh, we need to make this kind of old school. Let's just change the camera angles a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of my favorite series of all time. Definitely getting 7 when it comes out. Very impressed with the demo.
Yeah.
Feels like it's going to go back to the original. You got your weapons, you got your herbs, you got your saving.
Yep.
The music so far.
There hasn't really been.
There hasn't been much.
Ambience.
Yeah, it's more ambient type stuff, but
sound effects,
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna get it. I'm hoping it's good. If it's not good, then I'll be waiting.
Then we were all wrong.
We were all wrong, but I'll be looking forward to the remake for 2. And if that sucks, then I'll just play the original till I'm dead.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go off on just a small little tangent. One is we didn't talk about Revelations at all. I barely just breezed over the fact that it exists. Revelations 1 and 2 are both good games. They do have AI partners, especially 2.
They're competent.
They are competent. Like they kind of figured it out a little bit better. Check them out if you're a fan of the series, and if you want a more horror type game. They are still they're more akin to say Resident Evil 4 than 5 or 6. So that's all. I wanted to mention that really quickly. And one, I'm extremely excited for Resident Evil 7. Like, I couldn't be more excited for it because the demo's great, but it doesn't give anything away. The game is literally just 2 weeks away, and we don't know anything about it, and that pumps me up. Normally, by now, we know way too much.
Yeah.
One of my favorite series, along with, say, Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, like, that's pretty much the trilogy, like, the trinity for me, as far as, like, my gaming upbringing. Of course, I love Mega Man and everything, but I'm going to embarrass Matt and I real quick, though, because I can't go an entire, 25 minutes without mentioning 2 things. Like I said, I'm sorry for the tangent,
I think I know
but
what's
it
coming.
popped into my head as we were closing up. And when we were younger,
I know it's coming.
we would play Resident Evil 2 together a lot. Like, we both had it, and we both played it by ourselves, and we both beat it by ourselves. But we were really young, and because we're not that old. I know we look old, but we're not that old. And we would play it together, and when we did, we would have other characters in the game. What I mean by that is our imaginations were awesome. So we would actually write other characters into the game, and they would be there, but they wouldn't. We knew where they were there and where they were, and we're literally fucking insane. So they would die. We were like, no, Steve's dead. Whatever. Oh, I don't know. It was awesome. It was our way to
Didn't we incorporate our own characters, our own
yeah,
self?
it was our we did oh, I'm doing this and you're doing that, and we're while Leon and Claire are doing these 2 things, Claire A and Leon B, while they're doing these, we're over here doing this shit. We just had this huge world, and it was when you're young and you don't have a lot of money, you're replaying the same game a lot, and that was kind of our replay value. So I had to throw us under the bus on that. And the other thing is,
I think I know what this
we
is.
had a lot of action figures for Batman and Resident Evil and all kinds of stuff. And when we were really little, we would that's how big of fans we are. We would have the figures, and we would do our own little stories, that's how far back this goes. That's how ingrained Resident Evil is in our DNA at this point, and it's hilarious to think about, and it's even more hilarious
it's
to
funny to
admit
think-
it on camera.
It's funny to think about Batman in Raccoon City.
Right, and it would
That'd be a cool game. I'd buy that, Capcom. If I could talk to somebody.
That was the summer of 98 or 99.
Yeah, that was literally 20 years ago.
But you didn't mention what I thought you were going to mention. So,
I didn't. All right. Soap sucks. First of all, Soap is a 90s, early 90s pop female group, and they had a hit single and nothing else. It was it This Is How We Party? Was that the name of the song?
they had a couple of hit singles.
They
but
had
yeah.
one hit single. I'm calling it right now.
But yeah, This Is How We Party.
They had it was This Is How We Party, and it's so,
Now I've got it stuck in my
the
head.
juxtaposition between the absolute nightmarish horror of Resident Evil 2 and the horrible poppy, which I like the song. It's garbage, but I love it. It's just that you go ahead and boot up a trailer of
You ever
Resident
seen the
Evil 2
music video?
with
You need to watch it.
with the song.
I'm gonna have to do this. I don't know the song they're talking about, so I'm gonna have to do this.
After we finish, we're gonna make him watch a trailer for Resident Evil 2, or gameplay rather. Gameplay be better, and then hear the song with it, and just you'll understand how fucked up and demented our brains are. So I'm sorry that was final thoughts, but my thoughts ran long.
Well, this is Game Beacon, and this was a mouth-melting night at the round table, so
Yeah.
here we go.
A
Have
melting
fun.
night at the round table. I like it. That's pretty slick. It's like a triple entendre.
Yeah, so we're signing off now, so
All right,
see
I'm
you
gonna put my
later.
dick out. Let me see.
That was 45 minutes.
Oh.